Chair, we are in public session.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, everybody. This is the January 30 meeting of the New York State Joint Commission on Public Ethics. The first item of business is approval of the minutes from our last meeting, December 19th. That's behind attachment A. Can I have a motion, please?
Commissioner McAuliffe.
Thank you. Second.
Commissioner Yates.
Thank you. All in favor?
Albany unanimous.
Aye.
Unanimous
Buffalo.
WebEx.
Okay, and New York.
Okay. Thank you. Item 3 on the agenda is report from staff.
Sure. Director for Administration, Steve Bowen, report, item third quarter financial report.
Thank you, Monica. Just as a refresh, our next 17-18 cash allowance for personal service is $4,620,000, and non-personal service $911,000 for a total of $5,531,000. The cash disbursements during the third quarter for personal service was just over $1,158,000 for a year-to-date total of $3,413,000, or almost 74% of our budget. For non-personal service, we spent $198,000 for the third quarter, and year-to-date, just over $516,000, or almost 57% of our budget. So overall, in the third quarter, we spent $1,157,000. Year-to-date, $3,929,000, or 71% of our budget to date. So my conclusion is, without any unforeseen charges in the fourth quarter, we will come within our assigned cash allowance. Any questions? Thank you.
Just wanted to update the commission with respect to the proposed executive budget. There were two proposals that were included that directly affect JCOPE. The first of which was also included last year, was to have certain local officials file the state financial disclosure statement with JCOPE. The second, which is new, is to add a provision to Public Officers Law 74 that would add to the Code of Ethics a provision that expressly includes allegations of sexual harassment by state officers and employees, and would include penalties for that provision, and to create a unit within JCOPE to receive and investigate those complaints or those allegations. We've been provided with, or in the proposed budget, with the same appropriation as previous years, but along with the new unit, we've been asked to provide a proposal for what additional resources JCOPE would need. We're working on that proposal now. The 30-day amendments are due in mid-February, and so we will see then what the updated proposals will include. Does anyone have any questions? Commissioner Yates has a question.
Do we as a commission does the staff take a position substantively on the proposal, the merits of the proposal itself, or we're merely telling the executive how much money we would need if we did it?
At this time, we were just merely going to tell the executive how much money we would need if we did it. We traditionally have not taken a position on the proposals themselves. It's certainly something the commission could discuss.
Okay.
With respect to, is there any other questions with respect to the proposed budget? Commissioner Weissman.
Monica?
Yes.
Is the proposal for the FES filing of local officials tied to the lobbyists that we regulate, or is it all local officials, or some other criteria?
I believe it is local officials who hold certain positions or who make a certain amount of money, but it is not tied to our lobbying jurisdiction as far as I know.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
If no other questions, I'll just move on to the outreach update. And just wanted to advise the commission that we had a really productive forum with ethics officers. This is a routine thing that we do, but we recently just had one on financial disclosure statements. It was really well attended. There were a lot of questions, a lot of interest. We had a lot of positive feedback. I believe more than 100 different ethics officers, as well as offices that had multiple locations, multiple people participating. So it was a real success, and actually something that we're thinking about incorporating to do on an annual basis to help ethics officers with the compliance at their agencies, working through our system and answering questions. That's it for the outreach update this time. Does anyone have any other questions about the report from staff? Chair, should
Okay.
we? Okay.
Next item on the agenda is regulations, starting with attachment B.
You can do it.
Sure. Thank you, Mr.
Who's
Chair.
taking this?
Martin, Deputy General Counsel Martin Levine.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Chairman, and members of the Commission, as you know, we've been working through these lobbying regulations since the mid-'60s, it feels like. And we are asking for a motion today to continue the SAPA rulemaking process. The red line version that you have in your books and that's been posted to the public agenda on our website reflects amendments that have been made since the original notice of rulemaking back in August. While we may have had discussion drafts between then and now, what you're seeing reflects simply the final changes between the original proposed rulemaking and this notice of revised rulemaking. If you were to move forward, it would commence a 30-day notice and comment period, at which point the Commission could elect to adopt or continue on this unending path. So if there's any questions, I'm happy to answer them about the regulations. Otherwise, we would ask for a motion to submit a notice of proposed revised rulemaking.
Yes, sorry.
Any questions? Sorry. Okay, in the absence of any, can I have a motion, please, to continue the rulemaking process?
I'll move.
Commissioner Deering moves.
Thank you. Second?
Commissioner
second?
Yates.
Okay, thank you. All in favor?
Albany, Buffalo, and New York, unanimous.
WebEx unanimous.
Okay.
Rob was there.
But he's not there, so just Commissioner Cohen is absent.
Great.
Okay, thank you. Next, attachment C.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'll keep going here. As you recall, we introduced a notice of proposed rulemaking a few months back to amend our financial disclosure exemption-related regulations. At the request of the Commission, there was a desire to add a right of appeal for exemption requests that may have been denied by the Executive Director in the first instance. We submitted that rulemaking, and we did that as a package. We have since then proposed additional changes to reflect that exemptions can be submitted by individuals in their own capacity or on a title-wide basis. So the amendments simply add title exemptions in addition to individual exemptions. Because they were done as a package, they will have to continue through the rulemaking process as a package. Unless there are any questions, we'd be requesting a motion to submit a notice of revised rulemaking and emergency adoption so that these would go into effect as soon as they are published.
And in time for the filing materials, which will get distributed to filers in April for the filing in May.
Any questions? Okay, can I have a motion, please? I'm not sure I could re-articulate what Martin just said.
It's a motion for a revised, move forward with a revised rulemaking and adoption on an emergency basis.
I'll move.
Commissioner Deering.
Thank you. A second?
Commissioner Knox.
Thank you. All in favor?
Unanimous in Albany and Buffalo
Unanimous WebEx.
and New York City.
Okay.
Yep.
Unopposed. Thank you. Item 5 on the agenda, new and other business. Who's handling this?
There doesn't appear to be any new business.
Oh, all right. Well, that's good to know. In that case, that concludes our public session. Very quick and tidy, which is always nice and appreciated. At this time, I need a motion to enter into executive session.
Commissioner
Can I have a
McAuliffe.
motion, please?
Commissioner McAuliffe.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
Commissioner Smalls.
Thank you. All in favor?
Albany, Buffalo, New York.
WebEx.
It carries.
Okay, we're adjourned. Thank you.
Stand by. We're back.
Okay, Monica, please, if you would.
Sure. So the announcements from the executive session is that the commission commenced 3 substantial basis investigation, authorized steps in several investigative matters, discussed several investigative matters, and discussed litigation matters. That's it.
Okay, at this point, I need a motion to adjourn the public meeting, please.
So moved.
Commissioner McAuliffe.
Thank you. Thank you. Second,
Commissioner Yates.
all in favor?
Albany, Buffalo, New York.
WebEx.
Unanimous.
Okay. Thank you. We are adjourned. Thank you, everybody, and we will see you next month.